Hello, group. Welcome to Action Right Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Welcome to part 2 of my favorite Runaways songs. I'm showing the movie because in part 1 I didn't really address, the responsible adult part. Of the Runaways. And it's not really the point of this video. Just going to touch it lightly. There's a movie about it. There's a book about it by the first lead singer of the band, Sherry Carey. And there's a documentary about it by a former bass player. They had 3. In the Runaways, 3 bass players. And the second one made this movie, documentary, to be more precise. And it wasn't the most responsible enterprise for 5, 6, 7 teenage girls to be involved in, strictly speaking. But I'll leave those details to you to pursue in the documentary, which I highly recommend, and the book. And there's the big budget movie. And, having 5 teenage girls or 4 teenage girls by the end singing sleaze rock, and that's something we recommend in the 21st century. But it was fun and funny at the time. It's a product, and how we react to it, it's up to us, is what it is. So much for the adult part. Let's talk about the music. That's a great idea. And just so you know, the albums we're working from: got the debut record, The Runaways, got Live in Japan, which is great fun, and the last album, and there's 2 different versions of it, but it's the same record in different running order: You Lost Girls, and now The Runaways. I personally recommend listening to You Lost Girls. Did I get the order right? Yes, I did. Well, they're all pretty good records, but we're going to talk about 2, my favorite 2 records in these 5 songs. That is my number 6 through 10 favorite songs by the Runaways. Number 10, the title track to Queens of Noise. But it's not written by the girls. It's not even written by the manager, Kim Foley. It's written by a keyboard player of a band that Kim Foley also managed at the same time, called The Quick. Young man at the time, Billy Baisu. And The Quick was also managed by Kim Foley, who managed the Runaways. It's Queens of Noise is really cool. And vocally it's fine, the riff is fine, cool song. We know we love it. How come no one ever covered Queens of Noise? Isn't like the girls can block it. It's Billy's song. Billy wants $5, he'll let you cover it. But I can't find anyone covering Runaways Songs. Go figure. Number 9 is a Joan Jett written song, Don't Go Away, from Waiting for the Night. Great riff. Hell of a riff. And before we had rap, the summer song of, what year was it, 2022-ish? Never mind what wet red ass, in this context we won't say it. Joan's getting a bit wet here, but there's some sweat involved. But it's pretty clear, I think, that Joan is excited by her potential partner. Don't go away. You know, no, girls didn't talk about getting wet in that respect, as in sexual arousal, in the 1970s. It's a breakthrough, boys and girls. That's what it is. Sorry if you don't like it. No one's covered that either, including Joan. Come on, Joan. Anyways, someone needs to cover that song too. Number 8, Hollywood. My God, the vocal on that is great. And opening with a cat call by a woman, well, a young lady, a minor. Hey, Foxy, come here. Girls usually don't do cat calls. Times are changing, of course. It's been a couple generations since. But in the late 70s, young ladies usually doesn't do cat calls to a young man. Usually doesn't happen. Then, and still now, someone has to tell me what's going on now, but I've been past my prime in that respect. Hollywood was written by Kim Foley, Jackie Fox, the bass player at the time, and Joan Jett. And that is, excuse me, from Greens and Noise. My number 8 favorite, my favorite, Runaways song. Number 7, School Days, from Reading for the Night. Let me just, yep, okay, I checked my memory. I did make a note of it. Great riff. Heck of a riff. Heck of a solo by Lita Ford. I don't mention who's in the band much. We don't talk about Lita Ford being in the band. Lita Ford was still developing, per se, as an artist at the time. Lita pretty much stuck to her lead guitar duties, and that was it. It was up to Joan to front the band and write much of the music. Lita developed when she went solo after the band broke up. And of course we know Lita Ford developed quite nicely as an artist, as a front woman. You see her mostly in, right about there, okay, on the rack. You know, let's not neglect Lita Ford's participation in the Runaways. But a lot of the songwriting, and Lita wasn't singing yet. I don't find much acknowledgement of Lita singing in the Runaways. You mostly hear Joan sneaking the mic away from Jerry Carey, despite Jerry Carey being the lead singer and not playing an instrument. Yeah. So, much respect to Leah Ford. Her lead guitar cuts through you on these songs, as well with Joan's riffs and rhythm guitar. School days. Of course, they weren't in school. That's the little scandal of this band. They were 16 years old. Were they going to high school? Were they getting tutored? Nope. Hopefully they got their GEDs and everything else. But that was part of the gag of the band. They didn't pursue their studies much. They ran away, literally, to form the band. So, the responsibility part of the Runaways. School days, and they weren't in school. Oh well. So, and that was written by Joan Jett and Kim Fowley, the manager. And the last song for this part. This is an elite song for me. Number 6. It's a cut above for me. The song is the lead-off track for Waiting for the Night. Your Little Sister. Written by Joan Jett. There's a co-writer credit for Inger Aston. I have no idea if Inger Aston is, or what this person contributed to the song. But the main refrain is the most punk lyric almost of all time. Maybe of all time. Discuss. This is the lyric. It's too late to be a kid in love. Repeat that line. It's too late to be a kid in love. We're the kids in hate. Holy crap. That is the most punk sentiment I can imagine about right now. Maybe you'll find one that competes with it. But holy moly. We're the kids in hate. Too late to be a kid in love. We're the kids in hate. Holy. It's a fantastic vocal. Great riff. I'm sure Inger contributed a heck of a thing to the song. But whoever came up with that refrain, Joan did not bring this song into her solo career, apparently. No one has covered this song that I can find. Someone should. How more punk can you be? Too late to be a kid in love. We're the kids in hate. Just amazing. But it kind of got lost in the best of collections. Somehow. somehow they decided other songs were more potentially popular than Your Little Sister. To each his own. But if you're a punker, or you just got a edgy sense of humor, holy shit, that's a hell of a song. Kudos to Joan. Kudos to Inger. Inger? I guess you'd call it Inger. I-N-G-E-R. Inger. Whoever came up with that refrain, kudos. That's a hell of a song. I mean, they like the song. They love the song. It led off the record. I guess it was a little bit too punk. You know, they had confidence when they released this record. They put the lead off track. And it should have been there. Hell of a song. But something, it was a little bit too edgy. Maybe. But I love that edge. That edge was great. So, remember, I'm posting this on, you know, I like to post this in the middle of the night in America. In Europe, who knows what it is. Or Japan, or whatever else watches this. But today, at least in America, maybe elsewhere as well, I didn't take note. But if you like vinyl records, it's Record Store Day at your favorite independent record store. Take out that credit card. The economy needs you. And go buy some, in my personal opinion, really overpriced vinyl records. But if you love vinyl records, I remember vinyl. You can't see any behind me. I own, I think, 6 at the moment. 4 of which I paid $1 for. Because that's what vinyl's worth to me. American dollar. God. CDs. You get the hint back here? CDs. DVDs. Good stuff. Good format. Crap format, and you're charging twice the price of a CD for it? What? Whatever floats your boat. Fine. Bless your heart. Almost as bad as cassette tapes. Almost. At least records doesn't get eaten by a needle. Cassette tapes. Crumble, crumble, crumble. Gone. Anyway. I digress. I'm not used to getting this done under 20 minutes, apparently. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's good for you. I prescribe fresh music and fresh takes on music so that you go, fresh music is important to you. Ring the notification bell when these things come on, and leave a comment. What are your favorite Runaways songs? Go find them on YouTube. You don't own them physical. There's a nice box set that came out last year with all 5 of the proper releases. And check back. And just say, tell us, because you're probably listening to me and going, that's not the best Runaways songs. Blank is better. Tell me about it. No wrong answers. You can even love Johnny Guitar. Bless your heart. I did love Johnny Guitar back in the day. It hasn't aged well as a responsible adult. What can I say? And for the latest in action rock, garage rock, and classic legacy bands, rock bands, you come back here. And we'll tell you all about new releases and the best of legacy bands. And I'll start ranking action rock bands any moment and whatever, when I get to it. I'll take requests too. So, what's your favorite Runaways songs? And thank you for watching. And we'll see you again for part 3 with my the top 5 Runaways songs, period. My favorites of the top 5 Runaways songs. Will Cherry Bomb make the cut? Hold your breath. Well, it's not good for you. But figuratively, hold your breath till tomorrow. And we'll get to find out together where Cherry Bomb ranks in my top 5, if it even makes it. Till tomorrow. Have fun.